No rear suspension. Welcome back to another video, guys. Today we're going to be taking the FD Freedare Saiga out on a little bit of a ride. Today we're going to be heading to the coffee shop, going to go and get some coffee, probably something to eat, and we're going to be taking this bad boy as our mode of transportation. So let's hop on and let's get going, because we've got a little bit of distance to cover today. Battery is at 73%. That should be plenty enough to get to where we're trying to go. This bike has a torque sensor, so you've got to actually put in a little bit of force with your feet in order to get it moving, which also means you got to actually use the shifter a little bit. So the max speed on this bike isn't insane. I mean, it's a good max speed, but it's nothing crazy. Goes up to, I believe, 28 miles an hour. We're about to find out in a second here. Yeah, so 28, and then you get a hard cutoff, so it just stops giving power at 28. I can feel a hard cutoff. Yeah, I don't even know if you can pedal over 28. So I'd say the max speed on this bike is just 28 miles an hour, unless if you're going downhill, of course, maybe you'll get over 28. But that's just going to be from coasting downhill. Man, I am really excited to go and get a nice cup of coffee or a latte. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to get yet. And then they've also got some really good stuff at their bakery. The coffee shop that we're heading today is called Grace Coffee. So if you're in the Madison, Wisconsin area, go and check out Grace Coffee. They've got some really good coffee and some really good croissants and stuff like that. You really can't go wrong going there in the morning. This bike also has really good brakes on it too. Some nice hydraulic brakes. Let's get going. Another thing to note about this Saiga by FD Freedare is it doesn't have any rear suspension. It's only got that front suspension fork, and then that's it as far as suspension goes on this bike. Ooh, we're hitting a downhill. Let's see how fast it'll actually coast. So 28. Yeah, it looks like even going downhill, it won't really go over 28 miles an hour, which is fine. This bike is going to be great for pretty much anybody that just wants to get into e-bikes or get a nice little commuter that is legal. This e-bike is completely legal because it complies with all of the e-bike laws, at least in my area. So this would be a nice see that, man? People need to watch where they're going. I can confidently say it's a nice bike, handles very well. It's a very well designed bike. I do wish it had rear suspension, but it's really not a deal breaker. Doesn't really matter in my opinion. The bike still works great. There's a little secret path over here. Oh man, I felt that bump. You could probably hear that in my voice. That lack of rear suspension. Ooh, right in the huevos. When it comes to this bike, you're definitely not going to want to take it off-road a whole lot, because that rear suspension not being there, you can definitely feel the bumps. Even on the road, you can feel a lot of these bumps. You can even hear it while I'm talking. No rear suspension. But it's the perfect time to test out this gravel trail here. Okay, it's not as bad as the grass was, but I know there's a big bump up here. So we'll just have to keep our eyes out for that. And people, of course. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I felt that one. I definitely felt that one. Whew. very smooth ride when it comes to little bike paths like this one. Let's go ahead and wait for all these cars. Look at that, we've got some nice people out here in the world. I'm actually surprised those people stopped for us. But there's still good people out here in the world. That is great to see. At least some people pay attention to people on bikes. I would just like to know what you guys use your PEVs for. I like to use mine for really just enjoyment and creating content for y'all. Yeah, there really isn't a bike lane here, so we're gonna have to stay with the flow of traffic, but that's a good thing is if you're on a slower road like this one, well, I guess it's 35 mile an hour speed limit, but we're taking a left up here anyways. This thing can keep you out of trouble. And we're gonna bust a left right up here. We're getting closer to the coffee shop, and now we should have a bike lane coming up in just a second. Here we are, back in the safe zone. I personally don't like to ride bikes in the traffic lanes if they aren't fast enough. Like our 60 volt dual motor bike, that thing can easily just haul around on the roads. It goes minimum 40 miles an hour on average. So if I was on that thing right now, I would just be hauling. Oh my goodness! Oh, I felt that one. Whew. I am not a fan of bikes without rear suspension, but it does bring the cost down on these bikes that don't have it. But oh my gosh, man. Whew. I mean, you could always get a seat post that has suspension built in, and that would help a little bit, but it's still not rear suspension. But it would definitely help. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful area. Loving it. Alright, let's head over to the coffee shop. This bike doesn't have a whole lot of torque with that thumb throttle. It's just a very nice, smooth acceleration, which I like. There's all kinds of different people out here in the world. Some that prefer a nice, slow, smooth acceleration, and some people that prefer extreme acceleration, like me. I love my 60 volt bike because that thing just zooms around. And here we are, Grace Coffee, right here in Middleton. Espresso bakery food. If you guys are ever in the area, make sure you come and check it out. And if you want a bike here, you can, because they've got a bike rack right here. There we go. Boom, right through here. And we are good to go. Got our keys. Now we're gonna go and get some coffee and something to eat here at Grace Coffee. And we are all done at the coffee shop. It was so nice coming here on a beautiful day like today. I mean, look at that, sun is shining, and there's nothing like stopping at a coffee shop, getting an iced coffee and something to eat on a day like today. We'll head off this way. But yeah, this part of Middleton is beautiful. It's a very chill place. So if you guys are looking for a place to go and relax, grab some coffee, stuff like that, this is definitely a great little area to check out. I would definitely highly recommend Grace Coffee, one of my favorite coffee spots. That is for sure. And I hope you guys enjoyed the ride with me. If you do enjoy this type of content, I would really like to hear from you guys down in the comments. Oh, bumps. Gotta be extra careful without any rear suspension. If you guys did enjoy this video and this type of content, let me know, because I do enjoy just going out, riding, checking out different places, especially on beautiful days like today. Not very excited about the impending winter coming. That's going to be here before we know it here in Wisconsin, but we're enjoying the nice weather while it's here. Well, thank you guys so much for watching until the end. If you did enjoy the video, you already know what to do. Consider giving the video a like, subscribing, all that good stuff. Let me know what you guys thought and what you guys use your PEVs for. I'll see you guys in the next video.